One more time I'm feeling, boy. Anyways, hey, I'm trying to be Whisper. How are you? It's been a rough, it's been a rough week. Actually, some things have happened that I don't really feel like getting into detail with you. But I had one shot of this left. I figured now's as good as any to get rid of it. Original intention was to save it for my birthday, but now it's got to go. It doesn't have to stay here, but it can't go home. Had one shot left I was hanging on to. I'm just going to be done with it this weekend. I got it neat here. I'm trying to back and forth neat and on the rocks. Really, a whiskey like this. I mean, this typically runs, if you were to buy a full bottle of this, it runs between 200 and 225. I've seen it. I actually got a deal on this set that had the black, the platinum, the gold, and the blue here. $4.75. I've seen most stores have it between 100 and 100 and a quarter. I did find one the other day that had it for 90. So, but for 75, I got a heck of a deal on it. And I'm having my last Boulevard Scotch on Scotch with it. So, Boulevard Scotch on Scotch. Okay, so that was messed up there. Limited release Scotch on Scotch Oak Aged Imperial Scotch Ale. 9.6%, 25 IBUs. A Scotch Ale aged in oak. Aged imperial, basically a Scotch ale aged in oak barrels, aged in Scotch barrels. So I have a Scotch on Scotch with Scotch here is what I got going on. This is a blended whiskey, though. I'm typically a bigger fan of single malts, but this is a special blended Scotch. Johnnie Walker Blue Label blended Scotch, distilled, blended, and bottled in Scotland. Johnnie Walker and Sons Limited, a blend of our rarest whiskeys. That's what Johnnie Walker does. They are not a distiller themselves. They blend whiskeys. The aromas are beautiful, actually. A lot of peat smoke and some slightly sweet notes. A lot of big malt whiskey going on, but it is not a pure malt. Chug-a-boom. That's nice. It is nice. It really is. Will I ever buy a bottle of this? Well, the odds of me being able to afford 2 1/4 a barrel or 2 1/4 a bottle, probably not. I may at some point, if my fortunes change from what they are as we speak at this moment, I may buy this set again, but as I speak to you, things aren't looking good for the Beer Whisperer. Oh, the Scotch on Scotch, big and malty. I bought this about the same time, about a week apart, as the Lagunitas Dave Murray's Best Scotch Ale. They are, all they really have in common, in all honesty, is that they're big Scotch ales. They are really meant to be different animals. I mean, the Lagunitas Dave Murray's Best is a big malty Scotch ale, but it does what Lagunitas does and takes a few liberties. It does have, I don't know what the IBUs on it, but it feels like it's hopped a lot heavier. What this does, though, is just take the Scotch ale to a whole other level. It is big, it's malty, it's smoky, it's sweet. Sweetie and peaty. Anyways, I'm gonna just sip on the whiskey for a second here. Big and smoky, like I mentioned earlier. You may get some fruit notes from it if you want to go full on pretentious. I'd probably say dry dark fruits if I was to head in that direction of pretentiousness. I was watching an old Hogan's Heroes episodes where they were describing a wine as, oh gosh, trying to remember the wording now. I had it just a second ago. Amusing but completely incompetent. Yeah, those are just those crazy pretentious phrases that folks that say them think they sound so intelligent, and folks like me hear them and go, I'm done with you. I can't take serious a word you say now that you said something so pretentious. It's amusing. Amusing but completely incompetent. What the fuck does that mean anyway? I mean, really. Anyways, I digress. So, anyway. Thought about holding on to this bottle till next year, and I thought, nah, I've got the situation I'm in right now is I'm just getting rid of the stuff I have. I got one shot of this left. I had one bottle of this left. I'm not going to be buying anything new for a while. I'm just going to be finishing off the stuff that I have. The weather, I mean, it's about 80 degrees, so it probably isn't the weather for a big Scotch ale like this. But again, I've been pacing them throughout the day. I had a couple big double IPAs earlier, but it's been a couple hours since I've had anything to drink. Trying to do some writing. I don't do beer reviews per se on my website, but I do have a Facebook page. If you're curious, it's at Tom the Beer Whisperer 1 on Facebook, and I kind of do beer reviews on that. I just hate calling myself a beer reviewer because I don't like the connotation. Because when I do my videos, I'm more of a guy that's having a beer and a conversation. Although I do give tasting notes, I'm more about that conversation than the beer review. But, you know, there are times I have a beer and I kind of write down random thoughts that stick mostly to the beer. So I guess sometimes I do something that resembles a beer review. There are so few beer reviewers that I really like. I just hate the word. I hate the phrase. I hate the connotation. And the other side of that is, like I said, there's so few that I like, I just don't want to be lumped in with them. And there's only a small handful of guys that I think are really good that I don't think I deserve to be in the same conversation with them. So it's kind of that, this way and that way. I don't like this side of it, and this side I don't feel like I'm good enough to compare to. So I don't like to call myself a beer reviewer. But if you're looking for written reviews, if you happen to be on my website, by all means check it out. But there is one guy that I think is the best in the business as far as a written beer review goes. It's John the Brew Guru, BRUGURU.com. There is nobody better, in my opinion, if you want a really comprehensive beer review. I don't know. For my money, that's really the only guy out there that I can mention right now that really is doing a competent job. Maybe competent was the wrong word. Consistent, I guess, and just comprehensive. Nobody does a better job than the Brew Guru. Yeah, the more I let that sit, I mean, I really get that beautiful malt sweetness. A lot of that peat smoke. Some dry, dark fruit, I'm going to say. Let's say in the realm of date and fig. Chug-a-boom, that's brilliant. Oh gosh, it just lingers. That smokiness just lingers on the palate. You taste that maltiness, you taste those fruit notes, but it's that peat smoke that just kind of lingers. Oh, it's just gorgeous in my opinion. Oh darn, something got in my beer. I hate when that happens, man. Darn, man. It's the perils of drinking outside. I just love having a beer outside, though. There is just something about that for me. Maybe it's partly my upbringing, and just something I enjoy, sitting outside when you have a nice day. I mean, there ain't a damn cloud in the sky. I mean, it is absolutely freaking gorgeous out here in the Ozarks today. Oh, damn. Near the end of my whiskey here. got my throat there. Anyways, again, the perils of drinking outside. Oh, baby. That's what Daddy like, anyways. Oh, wow. So I don't know what's going to be going on, to be honest. I don't know when I'll upload this video. It's not going to upload live, so by the time you see this, it may be a couple weeks down the road. And I don't know what my life is going to be like then. Things aren't looking good at the moment. But I am an upbeat fellow, so we'll see. So like I said, I'm just going through the good stuff that I have. I had one shot of this. Again, the original plan was to drink it on my birthday in a couple of weeks or so, but I just need, at this point, I'm just going to drink the last shot and be done with it. There's no point hanging on to stuff at this particular juncture. Finished my last one of these. Finishing a lot of lasts this weekend. I had one last doozy I went through this weekend. I had one last Piney River Mule theme I went through this weekend. Oh, been just finishing stuff up. I did go to the Show Me Brewing 1 year anniversary this weekend. Oh, that was nice. These guys are great, man. I mean, I would just about give my left nut to be a part of that organization. They're just getting started. Right now, they're just a family business. I think they just recently hired a part-timer for retail. I've been trying to worm my way in as a bartender to no avail. Because, I mean, I've never really been a bartender, you know what I mean? I've never done that professionally. But I do know and I have passion for craft beer. And in my opinion, they're just doing some of the best craft beer in the Ozarks. And good golly, I would really love to be part of that. To be part of an organization like that while they're just starting. I mean, they're only a year old right now, and I don't know how much they want to grow, to be honest, but I just think they have unlimited potential. And I think if they put somebody like me with passion for the beer behind the bar, with the people that I know in the area and the things I could bring to the table, I just think, and by doing that would take the pressure off the head brewer Andy to really do what Andy does best, which is just brew some of the best beer imaginable. Things keep jumping in my glass, man. The problem is the Scotch ale is so malt sticky that any floaties just come by and stick to the glass. So this is the hazards of drinking outside. This is why some people think you should only do beer reviews inside. They do have a point, but I'm not doing a beer review. I'm enjoying a beer and just talking to you. So there you go. So anyways, I'll set that down. Oh, that whiskey is just phenomenal. It was enjoyable. You know what? I did get a deal. I had the owner of a liquor store gave me a bargain on this, so it was $75 for the set. It was brilliant. I drank all of the, well, I drank most of the black New Year's Eve. I drank the rest of it the weekend following New Year's Eve. The platinum, or no, actually the gold went next a few weeks later, and then the platinum. So here we are. I got this. I popped it on. I popped the first bottle of this set on New Year's Eve. So it's taken me, yeah, I've been working on it about 5 months anyways. Yeah, it was time for it to go. So anyways, I apologize for the melancholy conversation, because I'm usually such an upbeat fella. I'm having a really solid dose of reality that's kind of really putting a hurt on me. So without going into details, which I really can't do at the moment, just having a hard time. So anyways, there's the end of the beer. Let me finish the whiskey off. May not be doing videos as frequently as I once have. Like I said, so just some things are going on right now that the beer whisper part of my life isn't going to end, but it may have to really slow down to a crawl for a little bit. So there you go. I am trying to beer whisper. Trying to go into my spiel, but then I lost it. Beer whisper, beer evangelist, prolific beer drinker, purveyor of wisdom, all around good guy. I hope all's well with y'all, and I want to thank those that have supported me for these years I've been the beer whisperer.